Howdy, 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 howdy. Getting started early because, again, I just don't have a lot of time today. But we made a lot of progress the last time. We, as in I made a lot of progress. So I got the play field out again today because I got to work on something here. So we reset this. This relay was all jacked up. We cleaned it and we repositioned to the right places, and the game almost came on. And then yesterday, while I was just checking around, just for the heck of it, I plugged it in. Score motor didn't start, which I didn't expect that it would, but score motor didn't start. But as soon as I hit the credit, it advanced, and then I hit the replay button, it wanted to start a game. So we are actually doing well. But today I want to finish cleaning this relay bank up here and check out this wire. And I got to reposition my grounding strap because I didn't think it was going to get caught, but it is. So I'm going to cut it off over here and bring it down so it goes up underneath the screw over here. And I'll do that first because every time I'm taking the playfield in and out, it's scratching it, and I don't want to do that. I didn't mean to, but I'm going to do it anyway. Also still need to vacuum the inside of this. But we're going to do the grounding strap first because that's easy enough. We find my blade. Am I frozen? Looks like I'm frozen over there. I'm not frozen over here. Let me just reload everything. See if I'm still frozen. What's going on? Hello? I guess I was just frozen on my computer. Oh well. I don't know. That's what happens. Try to do everything on freaking computers. Alright. Take this out. Probably should just get that completely off. Yeah. I got my other computer with my stream manager on. It's way behind and it looks like it was frozen. But it's not. Alright. Okay, well, these staples are really good. Get that guy out. Not supposed to cause your own problems. Just trying to fix this stupid grounding strap that I thought would be out of the way, but the playfield is actually a lot tighter in there than I thought it was. So, I need to get it out. Need to get it out. Come on. Get under there. You know you want to. Let's go very slow. Don't break my pick. Or you can break my pick, whatever. I'm just going to do this way. Wow, staples were really good. A lot better than I thought. A lot better than I thought they were. do go vacuum this out. I just need to be careful not to suck up any paperwork. Alright, so now I have to redo this freaking strap. What did I do with my grounding braid? Put it back over here. Obviously. Okay, I'm gonna go behind this screw. At least this way it won't keep getting caught up on my freaking play field. Every time I have to take this out, which I don't want to take it out a lot, but you kind of have to. You know how many times you lift a playfield up and down, up and down, up and down. Luckily, this one, it's not too bad. It's not like the freaking tank that OXO was. Alright, that's enough space. Put this grounding braid underneath where this screw goes in. And then I'm going to screw it all back in. Staple it away from where it can get hung up. And then I'll test it, but I'm pretty sure it's good. It does not need much here. Alright. Screw the screw back in. Get screwed. Screw you. That one. Screw in, and then we'll start taking apart this relay bank. And I already cleaned, what did I clean already? The start relay. No, I cleaned the game over relay and the last ball relay. So I still need to clean the start relay and, well, everything else. But it was such a huge difference when I plugged it in the other day and turned it on and actually reset the scores and tried to start a game. So cool. Progress being made. That's all that matters. I already told the owner. I talked to the owner the other day. I told him about his burned coil on his chime. And he was like, is it really expensive? Nah, not really. You just gotta find the right one. And while I'm sitting here, I was like, yeah, so here's the burned coil. Burned. It's still got the plunger is melted into it, fused in there. So it's got this black paper on it, so that doesn't have the number, is not written on the paper like a lot of these coils are, but it is still there. So you go onto the inside, right here is printed, embossed on the top there what the coil number is, which is a nice thing because I did not know that. I never had to deal with these black coils before. Alright, I got that screw back in. So now I'm going to get my stapler. After I do this, get my stapler up here, staple the ground wire onto the other ground wire, and then we'll check, make sure we have the continuity, which I'm pretty sure we will. I just had to get rid of its location. It was bad. Alright, that one went in real good. Let's get my skizzers. Don't cut the old one. There we go. Grounding wire to grounding wire. Let's back up the table so it's out of my way. Pretty sure we're still good. Here's the end of it. So everything past this all good. Cool. Alright, I just wanted to get rid of that. That was a simple little thing. I just needed to get it done. then we'll go back over here to cleaning these relay bank. Oh, gotta clean all that scorching off of here too. Freaking look at all that scorching and blackness. So we'll get that cleaned off. See there. Let's get all this stuff. I'm piling up so much stuff on top of the OXO. Not good. Alright, so what do we have? We have a towel down, right? We're going to examine this problem here. We also put, no, we don't need that. We're just going to swing it out. We're just going to do it the way it's supposed to be. Still haven't put all those other screws back in, but that's all right. There we go. Nice, and swing that out. All right, so I also, when I start doing this, I want to look at that wire that's messed up. I'm going to need my magnifier, make sure I'm looking at it correctly. Maybe I don't need to have magnifying glasses. I don't know if I can get that close, but I can get there with this. All right, let's see this. What's going on under the tape? I'm wondering if it accidentally got caught on the reset bar or what, but either way, the tape's coming off. So we gotta redo this. Do this chunk. Alright, let's see here. Old tape. What's going on here? Well, it was spliced together, obviously. Don't want to undo the splice. So what I'm going to do, maybe, well, what do we got? Yeah, it's the only one that was like that. All right. I'll put a little bit. I'm just going to do more electrical tape, but this time I'm going to put it on there a little bit better than what they did. Try to keep my hands clean. Get some gloves. Obviously, it would be cool to be wearing gloves the entire time, but gloves snag on things more than your fingers do. And it's just clean your fingers. All right, take this off. See, gloves already snagging on the tape. Take that piece off. Go back a little bit here. Wow, it gets really sticky on this tape. Alright. This might be too much. Might be a little bit too much. Now. Come on. Wrap around. I mean, of all the stuff to complain about with the previous person that messed with this. Got to give them credit for at least soldering this wire. You know, a lot of times they'll just twist it together and then put the tape on there. And that's not a good enough connection, especially this thing that vibrates like crazy. You're going to vibrate it loose and cause all sorts of problems. So kudos to them for at least putting tape or soldering it before they taped it. All right. Swinging this guy back out. All right, I've cleaned. Which one did I clean? Game over relay and last ball relay, which is, this is annoying. Well, it's by design, obviously, because it has to be. This sticker is off from where it should be in relation to the relay. So you gotta think one over. So I did, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I did this one and this one. So we need to do that one and then these ones. Okay. So the important thing is just trying to make sure that the switch stacks stay together and don't want to fall out on me. How's my alcohol here? I don't have any in my cup because it dried up over the weekend. Some more alcohol in my cup. And I don't have to adjust these. I don't think so at all. I think they just need to be cleaned because they are just dirty. And as much as I don't want to, I think I'm going to have to take a couple of the switch stacks off at the same time. But we can still be careful with it. Let's see. That one's loose. Make sure that I don't pull the screws all the way out. They help to keep the stacks together. I'm going to do the next one next to it. But I'm going to try to just only pull the one out at a time. I just want to loosen it up so I get some room. The things I said about switch stacks, you got to make sure that they're all lined up when you're done too. All right. I don't want it falling apart on me. So very carefully make sure it's loose and free and swing it around this arm. And take the other one. Make sure it's loose and free. It is, but there's not a lot of give. Swing it around this arm. All right. So now they're both swung around the arm, and I can kind of lift them up this way to get in there and clean the switches. Because these relay banks they're unforgiving to get in there and clean, so you have to take the switches off. Some of these ones over here, you don't have to take the switch off. You can just lean it back and get in between there. And now I know on the Williams ones, the switch stacks are the other direction. They're sideways. They're not vertical. A lot easier to see them, but then also too, the Williams one doesn't have the little cotter pin to pull them out. All right, so I got to get more of my little cardboard paper. Or whatever, cardstock or whatever, because that, I don't want to be abrasive, I just want to be clean. So get a little bit of that. I got a couple of these already. Man, I really need to clean up this workspace. I'm sorry, OXO. I'm sorry to refer to you as a workspace, but you are right now. Every pinball gets their turn at being the table for the next one. I got stuff right now. I got stuff on Johnny Mnemonic. I got stuff on Lights, Camera, Action. All right, that should get me going for now. We'll see how dirty we're at. Pretty sure we're really dirty. Dip it in my alcohol. Okay, first switch stack is 1, 2, 3 different switches. Do the first one back and forth. Ever so slightly. Clean it. Oh yeah. Yeah, all that blackness. I can see the... I don't know where the camera is. I can't find the camera. Anyway, this camera. all that blackness will prevent the thing from actually triggering. So that's one. And I always dip in the clean side and do separate switches. I don't want to transfer dirt from one to the other. Maybe this one is just 2. No, it's not. It's 3. It's got a contact and no fish paper there. All right. Get a new one for the third one. Get in there. Slightly squeeze them together, but you don't want to put too much pressure because you don't want to misalign them. Just trying to get the dirt off. And if you look really closely at the actual switch, there you may still see some black stuff on there, but around the center where it actually hits, that should be nice and coppery looking. And if it's not, you just got to go at it again, or do the hard thing and get a file out. I need a light. I need my light. There we go. I need a light now. All right. It's hat on backwards. What do I do with it? There it is. All right. Same thing on this one. Other ones will give you a little bit more give with the wiring. This one's not giving me any give with the wiring. So, just got to be careful. This is also a good time to examine and make sure that they're not broken. Hopefully that's not an issue, then that's a whole other thing you got to do. Fixing the switch that's broken. Alright, that's that one. Alright. Now, what did I say I did? I did these two. So now I gotta do this one. This got a really big stack on there. Huge stack. You can also get some, where's a Q-tip? Q-tip. A little bit of alcohol on a Q-tip. Clean this plastic a little bit, maybe. That's kind of necessary, super necessary. Annoying because that dust can fall onto something else later on. I'm not taking the whole thing out because it's not my time to take all that out. All this dirt on this one, just get the loose stuff off. It's caked on there on the plastic arm. Whatever. It's probably not going to come off. All right. Try to get these guys. I just don't want to accidentally lose any of my stacks. Alright, get this guy to go back underneath. And we'll make sure that they're all lined up and making contact like they're supposed to. So again, what we do we just make sure we're lined up into the holes. Don't tighten them down all the way, just get them so they're in there. Keep them loose. Keep them loose. This one. Find it. Find the hole. I think that's it. Found it? Yes? Yep. Keep it loose. Alright, and then, so what I did before, want to take a straight tool, and I just use the tool to adjust the switches because it's nice and straight. And I'm going to give you my screwdriver. Got to do them both at once. Just want to make sure that they're lined up before I tighten it down. Rub it a little bit back and forth. That one's a little off. There it is. Alright, then I'm going to tighten it down. Once to get it tight, I'm going to make sure that they're actually contacting the way they are. The good thing with these relay banks is that the movement is really noticeable. It's a long distance compared to the other little relays where you're only moving a little bit. These ones actually give you a big, huge change in what they should look like. So you could easily tell by triggering it if they're making contact. And you trigger it by just releasing the relay from underneath and then bringing it back up. Ooh, not that way. Just being careful, just use the mechanisms as they're supposed to work. Yeah, so there's a big ton of movement in that. So probably most likely going to be making contact like it should be. All right. So we get these other guys. What would be really nice is if these had like a freaking wiring harness that you can just pop off and take the whole thing out. But you live with what you gotta live with. That is that. All right, so I think I got a little bit more room on this one. I think I can just take the one off. I don't know if I'm going to need to leave it off for the next one. All right, so we take them both apart. Screws loose. Leave it in there. Leave it in there. A lot of these switch stacks, maybe when they're brand new, were glued together, but they're not now. They're just sandwiched together, and you can lose one little piece. If you drop a piece out of the wrong spot, now your switches are misaligned. So just careful, leave your screws in if you can. If not, tape it. All right, we got to come around. Nope, it's all the arms are this way, so we got to come backwards. Come back. Ooh, that has got a tight wire down there. Don't have any give on that wire. All right, well, we can still swing a little bit. Yep, there we go. Can still swing them out of the way. It's still possible. Swing your arms around and round. Pick them up and throw them down. Promenade. Alright, so this one is just two switches. Two switches in this stack. That's good. Just kind of pinch them together very lightly. Very lightly. Just holding them together. Ugh. A lot of blackness. Extra black. How do you like your switch? Extra black. Alright, there's fish paper in between these two. And that is the paper that keeps the contacts from touching each other that aren't supposed to touch. Gotta watch that. Sometimes that deteriorates too. That was easy enough. There's only two switches on that one. So I only had to use the one piece of cardboard. Now, next one, very carefully, this one is just one switch, and I already looking at it, the bottom of this switch is bent up in a very awkward way. And what that's going to do is that maybe it's making contact, but it's only making contact on the edge of it instead of the flat part. So I might have to... Hi, new follower. I might have to get my tool out and flatten that. I mean, I will. Get the tool out and flatten it, and then when we put it back together, we'll readjust it. Because I don't like them bent all in awkward positions like that. That's not good. It's like you're just getting the switch to work. Yeah, but it's not working the right way. So I gotta be careful when I've got my tool on here. I want to bend it very carefully where it's bent the wrong way. Bend it back so it's kind of right. And then if I want it closer, I go really close to the bottom of the stack and bring it closer. And these ones, like I said, they have a lot more give, so you're not going to have to put them so close together that'll be a problem. But I like that better. So now it looks a little bit janky. It looks like my fingers, because my finger's messed up. It's not perfectly straight, but it's a lot more straight so that the contact's going to hit the right way. But I don't know if I should. No, I think I can. Yeah, I can put this back on because these wires are different. These wires are underneath. So we're going to very carefully move this back. And if you saw in the earlier ones, when we first saw this relay bank, these two relay releases were all wonky too. So we straightened those as well. All right. Thank you guys. Who's ever watching, who's ever joining in. Thanks for joining in. Feel free to chat or ask questions. I'm not going to say that I know all the answers, but I've gained a lot of knowledge recently. So we're going to screw this all back in. Not tight. How's it going? You look very familiar. Have you been to the Allentown show? Actually, no, I haven't. I haven't been to any shows yet. I would love to go to some pinball shows, but no, I have not. I've just been here in old New Mexico, and I just started doing this kind of stuff. Was actually repairing arcade games for about 5 years, and I just started doing pinball machines about 1.5 years ago, almost 2 years now, and I like it. I like it a lot better than arcade games to repair, anyway. All right. Switch stack is on, but not tight. On, but not tight. Get my tool, line that up straight. Ooh, yeah, it's wanting to give, so I need my screwdriver while I'm doing this. All right, keeping it straight, tightening it. Just need the one. And that. Now the other one. Make sure it's straight, but we also want to make sure it's straight in line here so that they're not going to get pinched on something. All right, that's that. I'm in New Hampshire. We all have a twin. Thanks for broadcasting on Valley Solid State Games. I know nothing about EM repair. This is terrific. Thank you. Yes. I figured why not? This is what I do best. I'm not good at playing the games, but I can fix them. And I started doing EM repair on, basically we have a volley that was almost okay. And then the big major one was this OXO. But yeah, EM repair, it looks, to me, EM repair when you first look at it, or the games, it seems scarier than the solid state, but it's so much more gratifying because you can actually see the physical problems. You can physically see it. It's not locked away in a chip somewhere or a bad ROM. It's just physical switches. It's really kind of cool. And yeah, I work on solid states too, at least the ones that we own. But this is the first pinball that I'm working on that's not mine. It's actually for somebody else. It's technically a customer's pinball. All right. Got that now. Oh, that was that one. We're doing this one. Which, let's just say, for the heck of it, this was the second player thousands relay. Now we're doing first player thousands relay. If you like this little switch stack we got going on here, I mean, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sets of switches on this switch stack. In the OXO, there's 44 switches in the switch stack that's on the actual playfield, so it actually weighs a ton to lift it up. I have a thread on Pinside under Pum Ribby about my OXO. And yeah, so we're going to move on to this next one. It's a fun thing. I enjoy this a lot. I mean, it can be tedious and you can be working out gremlins for a long time, but I like trying to find them. That one's not loose yet. Take both switch stacks. Nope. Careful. I also got to be careful if my magnetic tip screwdriver wants to pull the screw out. There we go. All right. Very carefully, we're going to go around this pin. Did I not get that one all the way out? I thought I did. It's out. Yeah, loosen that up. We're going to go around the pin, bring it up and over, get this guy a little bit of breathing room. Careful not to lose my stack. Don't lose your stack. All right, both on top like they should be. Little pieces of cardboard. We have, just like this other one, because it's a copy. It's for player 2 or player 1, player 2. So this one's just a copy of the other one for player 1. So we only have the 2 switches on one side and 1 switch on the other. So I don't have to waste so much cardboard, even though I have a ton of it. All right, I'm already seeing on this one, again, that same problem with the arm, the switch being bent all wonky. So we have to bend that back. Get both sides. Get all that blackness off. All right, top one. Get in between there. Very lightly pinch them together. Get all that blackness off. Yeah, I mean, not the worst. I mean, the other ones have been worse, but that one is still dirty. Forgot to check this one, make sure it's hitting right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Alright, that first one's a make break, that's why. So that's what I had a problem with this on my OXO. So some of these top ones are make break. So usually when it's in this position, the switch is closed. And you got to be careful because when somebody is in there sometime, they may have pulled it or whatever. And these are not getting as close a contact as possible. So these top ones might need to be pushed back in depending on what you're getting. But I'm just cleaning. I don't want to adjust unless I absolutely have to, like that wonky one. If it's wonky, I'm going to adjust it. If it's not, we're just going to wait and see if we got gremlins, and then we'll come back and fix it. So, using the proper tool, bending it back very carefully so it's not so wonky. Yes. Oop, maybe a little bit too far. A little bit more. And then go to the bottom of the switch stack, closest to the stack itself, and bring it in a little bit. There. So unfortunately, metal's only going to work. It's not going to get it super flat again because the metal's already been bent, but you can at least line it up so it's not trying to strike on the edge. It'll strike on the flat part. All right, let me get the other one because I don't think I did that third one. Get that back here. And then the next one has got a really long switch stack on it. Yeah, that was okay. That wasn't too bad. That's another thing you'll find too is, although this one was player 1, player 2 will tend to not be as dirty. Or if it's a 3 or 4 player game, would tend to not be as dirty because they don't get used as much as player 1. Player 1 gets beat up. So expect the most dirt there, but that's not necessarily true because I cleaned the score reels on player 4 of OXO and it was just covered in some weird grease. I don't know who even decided to put the no-no stuff on a pinball machine. It's like you don't put lubrication on almost anything in here, with very, 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 very few exceptions. And then you got to have the right lubrication. And not that much. Okay, again, I'm just lining up these switch stacks. I'm not tightening them. I just want to get them in threaded. And then I'll straighten it. Not getting in there. It's always got to be one, doesn't it? And what will happen, just because, you know, the rules of karma, is the last one that we do will be the hardest one. Because it's wanting you not to continue on. It'll get stuck some way. Okay. Not tight, just secure. Not tight, just secure. There we are. Because I already have this switch stack is pretty wonky there. Alright. That one's in place. Going to hold it so it doesn't want to move while I tighten it. That's tight. Tight. Now the other one. Alright. And alright. And unlike the last one, I'm going to check its function before I move on. Alright, so, whoops. If I can reach it, trigger it. That one. This one's giving me, yeah, that one gives me a little bit more move. So this one, the top one, is not as, when it's resetting, I don't see it moving at all. So that could be a sign that it's not touching at all. So now I got to be careful to adjust it, but not so much that it actually does not separate when it's supposed to be. So I'm going to set it free. Whoops, wrong one. Set it free. Get to the bottom of the switch stack here. And very carefully bring it in just a little bit. But I want to make sure it's not touching. Yes. Just ever so there. Yeah, it's not touching. Now when I bring it up, I'll see a little bit of movement. There we go. Just ever so slightly, just so you know it's making contact. Right? Wait, let me check here real quick. Yeah. So some of the movement that you have could just be that it's going down and not coming up, but you just need to make sure that it's moving. All right, so this one's got a really long switch stack on it. So we got to be very careful because it's got a divider. Be very careful taking this one off, that we don't lose the dividers and we don't lose, well, any of the switch. All right. I guess I'll take this one off first because it's closer to the opening. Loose. loose. Alright, that's both of them are loose. Now this one. So you got, this one has 2 yellow levers to push down on, and when you put them back in, this one's not that big of a deal because there's only the one. But when you put them back in, you want to make sure they're under the right lever. It's like a blown up version of one of these. So you want to make sure that you put them back under the right lever. But this one won't be too bad because there's a ton of space in between them. You can tell which way it goes. I just don't want to lose that whole stack. All right. So this one, come on. Well, coming out that way, that's fine. Yeah, that works. That works. Just stay together, guys. All right. Get them up on top here. Good to go. What is that one, too? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Second player relay. So that's, I guess, the one that goes off to let you know there's 2 players. I already went through my paper. You know, served me well if I just kept a trash can over here so I didn't get all this crap intermingled. Oh, and yeah, my trash can's full. That's lovely too. Alright. So we're going to get, so this is what our goal is because I got to go back to work. This is just work break pinball repair. So we're going to get this all done. We're going to put the playfield back in. We're going to plug it in. We're going to turn it on and see if anything different has happened. And hopefully, if anything different has happened, it's happened in a good way. Okay, so I got a bunch of switches down here. All right, 1, 2. These guys. That's that one. And then so this side has 2 switches together on the lower part and 1 switch by itself above. And I'm pretty sure that 1 switch by itself is the identifier that it's player 2. I could be completely wrong about that. Maybe that just turns on the light for player 2. I don't know. The schematics will know. Yeah, the schematics will know. Come on, bud. Stay in there. You want to be clean, don't you? It's like the 1960s, or I would hope that it's been cleaned since the 1960s. I mean, the playfield looks really good, so I would hope somebody's been taking care of it before they stopped taking care of it. That one, not too bad. Not too bad on that one. And last one in this stack over here. This top one. Just stay in place. It's amazing what cleaning switches will do. Is this your game or a customer's game? This is a customer's game. It's actually the first time I've ever fixed somebody else's game. I've only ever fixed mine in the past. So this is my first customer's game, and he knows nothing of pinball. So I've been trying to explain stuff to him of how they work and what the importance of keeping them maintained, but he just wants a pinball to play in his house, and this is what he got. He bought it when it wasn't working. He bought it without glass on it. He bought it, doesn't have a lock bar, so he's never had it working. He bought it broken. So I'm here, and I told him I would clean it and adjust it for $50, and then after that, whatever parts I have to fix, replace, repair, we go from there, because I've never actually tried to charge anybody for this. But yeah, this is a customer's game. But I am cataloging every moment of it on the stream. The rest of these streams, if you want to sit through hours and hours of it, are on my YouTube channel. Just for reference sakes. You can look at some of that stuff. All right, so that's that. All right, so now we got to swing in. Oh, well, these ones didn't swing in. They just went from underneath. All right, so that stack goes underneath the bottom one. This stack goes underneath the top one. That stack goes underneath the bottom one. All right, line them back up. All right. That wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought this stack was going to be the pain in the butt one, but it's actually a lot easier. Came out a lot easier. I don't know if I can find the hole. Yes? Hole? No? Oh, that's not good. Stay in there, screw. We don't want the screw to fall out. It's right there. Yeah, that's it. Come on. Just feel the hole with your senses and not the eyes. I will take a look. I always thought about buying one to learn on. Yeah. Like I said, I didn't learn on a completely broken one. The first one I did was volley, and I would say it was 90% working. And then you start to do little bits here and there. I did the flippers and stuff. That was the very first pinball I ever worked on. So it was 90% working here and there. And then the next one I worked on was our Black Pyramid, and it was dead. That was the first solid state I worked on. But yeah, I suggest just starting slow. Make sure you get one that mostly works. And one that mostly works is a lot easier to diagnose than the ones that are completely dead. But a great resource is the wiki. You can get a wiki on, I downloaded it all in the book form, about electromechanicals. And if you start at the beginning of that book and you just kind of go off of that, man, it's not as hard as it looks. Or as hard as it seems. Come on. I know you're in there. I can feel it. Stay. Not tight, just secure. All right. Yeah, we already know that these are like way off. So that's why we're not tightening it. We are just getting them where they belong. Get in the hole first. Ooh, that one went easy. That one was a lot easier than its friend. All right. Where's my tool? There it is. All right, this one is way off. Lining it back up this way. Nice and straight. And tighten it. Tighten that one. There we go. Next one. I think the screws are a little bit too tight on this one because it's not giving me any give. Come on. Straighten up. There we go. Don't want to be out from underneath the thing here. That's straight. All right. So, as I think my count, I have one more switch to do, and then we can plug it in. I'm okay with solid state games, but you have to know how to fix. Yep. Even though now I have friends in the hobby. Yeah. That's what I find out about arcade games and pinball machines. Especially if you want them in your house, you got to know how to fix them, or else you're going to be paying out the wazoo to find somebody that can. If you can find somebody that can, at least making the simple adjustments. Some of the more major things, I mean, I don't know if I can even do yet, but simple things, changing out your flippers, making sure your switches are properly aligned, cleaning them, All that stuff's important to know. But yeah. Solid state to me wasn't that much different other than you go a little bit blind when you're in the computer part of it. This one just, the whole thing is an exposed computer. So much, it's just easier to see the problems. But I never had anybody helping me. I never had anybody teaching me how to do any of the pinball stuff. Couldn't have said it better. Thank you. I've never had anybody teach me pinball other than the internet. Internet Pinside and all the internet wikis, all that stuff. It's all available. It's all out there. It's all for free. And that's exactly the way that I learned how to repair arcade games and pinball machines. It was just do your research, do your reading. And yeah, I've made huge mistakes on arcade games in the early years. And I've made a couple little mistakes here on pinball, but nothing that I couldn't fix. But I just find it fun. It's relaxing. Some people like to go play sports or do whatever. This is my enjoyment right here. I like trying to get things working again. Arcade games anyway. Arcade and pinball machines. Alright, this switch stack. Oh, there's something else I didn't do on that one. I didn't check the mechanism on the other one. Let me check that real quick. That's up, down, up, down. Come on. Yes. This one going? Oh yeah, it's on top. That's why. I was thinking of it wrong. All right, that one's working right. All right, last switch. Last switch till we put it all back together and plug it in. Let's see where we're at. And it's a simple switch. It's just 2 on one side, a make break on one side, and then just a normal one on the other side. Dirt, dirt, dirt. Ooh, that top one is really dirty. Really dirty. Come on, get back under there. Ooh. Ugh. All right, one more. Uno más. All right. Okay, so that would mean that all of these switches in this switch stack is clean. All right. So it may come down to later being an adjustment issue, but at least we know now that they're clean. Line it up. I'm actually excited for tomorrow because, I mean, it's starting today. But here in New Mexico, it has just been hot. And tomorrow we're supposed to have a winter storm, so we can finally start to feel like fall around here. Which is a rarity for us. So I appreciate it. Probably not so much in New Hampshire. You guys you don't worry so much about snow. You're going to get it. All right. Lock that in. Come on. There we go. All right. Last one. Last one. Make sure that it's lined up right. Actually looks pretty good on the spot there anyway. Tighten that back down. So the only other thing I could do on here is clean the coil sleeve of the giant coil that resets this bank. I gotta do that eventually, but it's working right now and I'm still troubleshooting. It might snow here in southern New Hampshire by week's end, too early. Yeah, big cold front happening right now, headed your way. All right. Oh wait, before I do that, check the function. All right. All that is. All right, all that's functioning. Make sure we lock it back down here. There's supposed to be a wing nut on this side too, but they just got a regular locking nut on it. All right, so that's that. We're there. Okay. Now, taking off our towel, be very careful to lift up straight and not snag on anything. We're not snagging, we're not dropping. Out of the way. Plug in the playfield. Let's plug in the playfield. The most difficult part is making sure, while you're holding all this weight, that you put it back in straight. I'm going to get my Jones plugs out of the way so they're not getting snagged. Alright, plug things back in. This is my Jones plug for the back box. Carefully hold it up above your relays. You don't want it to get snagged. Very bad. Very bad things can happen if it snags and then you don't know where it got snagged. Jones plug back in that one. All right, 2 more Jones plugs. These guys. There. I'm going to do this with the playfield up when I turn it on because I want to see if I can see stuff. It's not as important to see things on the playfield. Jones plugs are back in, out of the way. That. Where's my... There it is. My non-conductive tool. All right. We're going to see where we're at before we move on. So I want to see if I got a difference. I was getting some weird stuff happening on the playfield the last time I tried turning this on. All right, so early electromechanicals do not have on-off switches. You should add an on-off switch, but this guy doesn't want to. But instead, I'm putting in a power strip and not directly in the wall. It's nothing to put on a switch, but I'll have to ask him if he wants that. All right, here we go. Turn the switch on, nothing happened. That's actually a good sign, I think. Tilt light is on, player 1, so that means I put a credit in. All right, playfield lights went on. Ball 1 in play, tilt light is off. Let's check a flipper. Flipper is weak, but it's going. That one's a lot stronger. I don't know if I got anything different other than, see if I can hit a pop. Nope. I heard that. Oh no, that was a good relay. That wasn't a bad relay. Ugh. I get nervous thinking that the coil is sticking, but it's not. All right, replay button, where are you at? Nope. There we go, reset. Ball 1. Yep. Ooh, I have relay sticking in the back though. So I'm going to turn that off. I don't know if you can hear that over this, but as soon as I hit the center pop bumper, there was a relay that was stuck on, and that could mean that it could be hitting that chime. Where's our chime? Let me show the chime. Remember, I found the chime all burned up. So here's the chime, it's all burned up. And the coil's all burned up. So that sound, that bzzz, that relay that should have been going on and off because it's a scoring relay is stuck on. So that to be another thing to look at. But I think everything that we did on the relay bank should be good. There's some stuff that I can't activate yet because I have to get further along, but I at least know that's clean. Next thing I'm going to do tomorrow night, I'm going to come back here 6:30 our time for a few hours, not just a little bit. So I'm going to do it for a few hours. We're going to clean this one, which I hadn't cleaned before. We're going to clean that. We're going to finish out these relay banks. We're going to try it again. Other relay banks I need to do up in here. And then the ones in the back box. And then, after that, whenever that is, we're going to work on steppers. We're going to get the steppers cleaned. Make sure they're working. Obviously, that flipper on the right side is weak as hell. So we're going to either get a new kit, which I'm thinking we should get a new kit if Pinball Resource has them, or readjust it, clean it, sand it, that kind of thing. Oh, but I feel like I accomplished a lot today. I think I did for my work break pinball repair. And I thank you guys for joining me. If you want to hang out the next time, or if you missed any of these, I'm uploading them on YouTube, on our Arcade Dungeon YouTube channel. But feel free to ask me questions. If I don't know the answer, somebody out there knows it and I can find it or whatever. But electromechanical, solid state, let's talk pinball. Until then, thank you guys so much. I got to get back to work. That's the nature of working in a restaurant. Only get a little bit of a break. So I'll be back tomorrow night, 6:30 Mountain Time. Thank you guys. Thank you, New Hampshire Polar Bear. Thank you for hanging out with me. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.